Hey y'all, it's been a while, hasn't it? Been a lot going on. If you watched my video on bipolar, then I've been through one of those cycles, so I've gotten many downloads and done a lot of integrating, and uh, I've got lots to talk about, and I'll be working on that, as well as some things that I procrastinated on. The reason for me coming here today is to talk about some things that a lot of you are feeling. Some understand it, some don't. So some need knowledge, some need support. We all need love. And in this Thanksgiving season here in the United States, let me just say, while Thanksgiving is a day that's pointed out and some feel one way or the other about it, at the root of it, it's about giving thanks. But we should really have gratitude every day, because the energy of gratitude is so very important no matter what we're going through. I have had a lot of interesting contact with people. I have one friend that's going through some bloodline and energetic clearings involving what I believe to be a death from a past life and connected to Native American bloodlines. I have another friend that's a very strong person, very magical energy, and they're just expressing that they feel defeated, that we've lost this battle we're in, that there's no unification between the Lightworkers, and so basically an Armageddon type attitude. And so I want to speak to some of these things and offer encouragement. We are here by divine design. Let's forget about time for a minute. But in divine design, we set things up to happen when other energies are present. We are in this new moon in Sagittarius energy. Sagittarius is fire. Moon is I feel. What kind of feelings do you want to create? We're purging a lot, most of us, and this brings on physical symptoms. Some people feel like they have a cold or the flu or something. It comes out in others, perhaps in digestive issues. Lots of mucus flowing out, ears being squishy. Myself, I've gone through an infection in an abscessed tooth. And these things are our body's way of releasing cleared energies. So we have to remember that while we feel bad, sometimes it's just like in everything else, you have to look for the truth or the treasure that's held within that unpleasant experience. I encourage you, release anything. Be honest with yourself, because if you're still trying to tell yourself, I don't do that, or I don't have this cycle, you're not helping yourself unless you're just not ready to take that step yet. What step, MandaLynn? Okay, well, the step is an evolutionary step. It's a step in frequency. It's a shift for many of us. This doesn't mean everybody. Some of us have cleared certain energies, and I'm not going to say a certain amount, I'm going to say certain energies out of ourselves, out of our timeline. We've activated certain DNA. We've accepted the fall of certain structures. So we're at a step, and it's always a choice. We're at a step where we're ready to take that next step towards Homo Sanctus, which is the divine human. And that's where we're headed as a species. And it's taking us back closer to what we truly are, our true essence. You hear the crow? I know who that's for, but I'm not going to call them out. They know. But when you look at it in that way, it's like you take yourself out of it and you put yourself above it. So you're looking from your higher self perspective, and then you can get a different handle on it. If there's something calling to you to be cleared, it keeps coming back at you, pay attention to it. See what work you need to do to achieve that clearing, and place love and give gratitude. Call your ancestors to help. Ancestral energy seems to be strong right now, at least in my perception. Some of you may be experiencing some new things, maybe some new gifts, or an amplification of gifts that you already have. I have a few that I follow, and they help me to figure out what these energies are around me, because I'm still kind of new to this. When you look up there and you see energy and you ask somebody, do you see that? And they say no. And what you see is just these clear patches of rainbow. Or you see the entire night sky illuminated, not once but twice, to show you that it was not by chance. You start looking into, okay, how do I control this? How do I utilize this? And when you can do that, that means that you're taking that step. There's a lot of magic right now. And we can experience that or not. As far as those feeling like we've been defeated, like the earth is just going to be completely destroyed and implode, or whatever vision it is that comes to you, I say to you that you've chosen a different frequency, whether knowingly or not. If you are getting your news from mainstream media, you are on a frequency of destruction, despair, discord. It's okay to get a little blurb of it and see what's going on, in the frequency in the world around us. But I'm telling you, don't give in to that frequency, because then it starts to work on you and manipulate your energy, because you're allowing it to. As a divine being, the worst thing that we can do is to infringe on another's free will. And if you haven't declared your sovereignty, please look into that. Do so. It's more liberating than you can ever know to have that moment and declare your sovereignty out loud to the universe. But if you're feeling defeated, this is not Armageddon. The fires in Australia, I can only imagine how terrifying that must be. I experienced a fire, but I was able to run from it. Some of you, I think, are running out of places to run. The storms, look what's happening in the Bahamas, and most of the world has already forgotten about them. Just like we're releasing, and sometimes we feel the physical symptoms, this earth is a living spaceship. She's alive, and she's carrying us through time and space. She's releasing too, because she is ascending. She is raising her frequency. We're getting ready for the good times. I remember Dolores Cannon talking in her books about the elementals, and I'm going to share a little bit about one of my sessions very quickly. In a session that I had, a QHHT session, I was the one that was having the session, and then another friend was doing the session for me. I came out as just energy, pure energy, and I was watching the earth be populated with the animals. And I remember then feeling this feeling of anticipation and excitement and love. And that's the exact feeling that I have now. There's a reason that session brought that forward at Mount Shasta. I understand a little better what's going on right now energetically. So let's remember that there might be energy swirling around trying to take a hold and get us to hang on for the ride, and we just have to be aware of our energy again and what not to allow within our energy. The Lightworkers, we are united. We're just doing different functions. If you build a spaceship, well, maybe not everybody, you're going to use different teams. You're going to have electronics, life support, structure, navigational. You're going to have all these different groups that are working on their specialty, yet they're coming together on the whole project. Do not feel like the Lightworkers have not united. We have grid workers. We have those that are working specifically on healing the oceans. We have those that are working on healing the consciousness. We have those that are working on healing the earth. Some by protesting, some by outright protecting, some by cleaning up or planting trees. We have those that are working on building the spiritual frequency so that others understand what they're accessing. We're taking this step, and the thing is, it's not about I'm above you in a level or anything like this. It's about I chose to have these experiences to utilize these energies at this time so that I can be a more effective part of the team on this overall mission. If you know something to be your truth, it's always wonderful to listen to others' ideas. That's how we learn and grow. But everybody isn't exactly the same. So if you know something to be the truth, and this is about being honest with yourself too. You got to be careful, because pridefulness and ego will still try to step in. But if you know something, then that's where you have to stick to that. But you don't have to be ugly to somebody or tell them that they have to have your experience either. So another thing, here we are with Libra in there, and we have got to remember the balance. There's always got to be the balance. So I'm going to quit rambling on. There are going to be some stories being shared. I do have some projects that I'm working on, and I'm going to kind of try to get back on it. And just remember, if you're having physical symptoms, love yourself through it. If you have to cave and deal with mainstream medicine, I've learned a lesson myself. I am not going to spout how, like, that's a surrender. That's something that I've been put through recently, and I'm going to go ahead and back off and say maybe I was a little too forceful in that. So look for some things coming, some messages, the beautiful time that I had with the Wakamasuan at the powwow, and some information about that, about returning to right relationship with the earth. I invite you all to share this, like it, and just continue on the journey with me. We're here to help each other. And if there's a way that we can get together and do this regionally, look to make groups in your area. It's always good to have support where you can actually reach out and get a hug from the person too. The birds are just making all kinds of noise. So again, don't give up. I love you. I'm here for you. And we're by no means are we defeated or done. We're just getting ready for the next step. So let go of those things and put love in its place. And let's make this all a better world, getting ready for this next rise in frequency, this next shift, and all the excitement that it brings with it. I love you all so much, and thank you. Thank you for what you are doing to help us on this journey, and thank you for supporting me, because it feels awful strange sometimes to feel like you're out there all alone, and you are not alone. Have a wonderful day, and look for some more videos coming. I'm excited to get it out. Bye.